Hi guys, I'm doing a let's play video of this world of mine, The Little Ones. I finished the game many times and I can't seem to get enough of it. So I thought I'll just do a let's play and put it online. You guys gonna watch it. Here you can see that I did finish all the scenarios. I have some tricks and exploit that the game does not tell you about, which we can explore. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you those two scenarios when you start the game for the first time. You're allowed to play one of those two, and when you finish one of them, they'll start adding more scenarios. And also, if you didn't like the beginning, you can actually quit, and this Write My Own Story will start, and you can actually experiment with these characters here, create your own. You can make the game last longer or shorter, as you like. So the longest you can get 80 and the shortest will be 20. You can do the change the intensity to the high. This means there's going to be a lot of conflict. People going to raid you every night. Or you can date low and they barely raid you. If they do, they're not going to do much harm. They still a little bit. Also, the winter will be harsher, so you can make it come early. You can make it come late in the game or never. You can make it harsh, severe, mild. The length is like long, moderate, short. And you can actually pick what maps you want. You can choose up to 21. Minimum is 8. I found an export in the garage. I found an export in the room block flat. Actually, no, not that one. So the garage doesn't exploit. Let me check the other one. Is it that one? No, not that one. The St. Mary Church Hospital does also an exploit. They kind of randomized the map, guys, so I'm trying to figure it out. The construction site, you can get the sniper rifle. The brothel, there's also an exploit. And semi-detached house is also an exploit. I found the garage is the safest one. Once you get the saw from the matey, his name I guess, you can go there and get this grind the saw and grind the great gate, and you get past him and you go to the basement and steal from him. You need a lockpick so he doesn't alarm him. St. Mary Church, a lot of people saw on YouTube, they say once you get the guy guarding the door, move away. You just sneak down and just grab whatever's in the closet. Construction site, you get the sniper rifle. The brothel, you can grind the door and go up to the top level and start picking them off one by one, as long as you don't kill the trader. Same with the St. Mary Church and the garage. You don't kill the trader person, you can come back another night and pick off from a closet in the basement. Semi-detached has the same thing. Don't kill anybody also, and keep the trader alive, and you can come back and forth. Of course, when you pick it, you need to have the trader. So if you pick in your own scenario, you pick the trader. The brothel, there's no choices in there. The construction site, if you want the sniper rifle, you have to choose the sniper scenario like I chose right now. The garage, there's no choosing, and also the St. Mary Church, you have to choose the baseball to get the priest and then steal from the guy downstairs. So I'm gonna just start a normal game and show you guys how to survive with Katya. Katya has a bargain capability. Bruno can cook with less water, you save your water, and Pavel is the fastest guy in the game. So here they give you another exploit. Here you can get Marco that carries 15 slot. Bruno is a cook, Pavel, and then Iskara and Christo, that's a determined dad. So he doesn't sleep much and he goes out there and he's like pretty good at everything, except he doesn't have a lot of good slots, so maybe 12 I think. Has a full scenario with 4 people. So if you get a scenario that has only 2 people or 3 people, like in this one with Iskara and Krista, randomly people show up at your door. You can accept them or reject them, and what you do, you quit the game and restart again, from the beginning of that night, I mean that day, and someone else will show up. So if you don't like a certain person, you can just reset the game, and then someone else will show up. If you like the challenge, you just pick whatever that goes up to your door. You can only have one kid in one scenario, so you cannot have two kids. So only one kid will be in one scenario, in each scenario. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more background about those guys. Sveta is good with kids. Pavel, like we said. Anton, mathematician. I can't figure out how he's good at, but Zlata can cheer up everybody. Roman is good at fighting. I didn't see much good with him. Like, you know, he just lasts a little bit longer when he's fighting. Erica is a sneaker. She's a thief, so she sneaks around people, and she's good at assassinating. Boris has maximum slots out of everybody, but he's very slow. I found Marco is the best. He has 15 slots, and he runs normal. Marin will save you a lot on material. So if you want to start a scenario, I would choose your own scenario, write your own story. You would choose Katya, Bruno, if you want to save on cooking. I would choose Marco for his capability of the backpack, and I would choose Erica for sneaking around and killing people. You would choose Boris if you want maximum capability. Marin to save you on material. Katja, like I said, is bargaining, and let's see, Henrik can do, he's a tobaccoist, so he can save you on making tobacco and sell it back to the people. Anton, I don't like him at all, he's just a mathematician. Kalina is a kid, Emilia is a lawyer, so it's not much with her. You can choose Marco by himself, and then you can expect people to show up at your door, and you start picking off whichever you want. Roman is a fighter. Marin, Ekra, Katya is the same, and Misha is a little girl. Emilia and Roman. So each one you finish a scenario, you start a new one. So just for the sake of video, we're gonna start with Katya, Bruno, and Pavel. So this is gonna be a short let's play, I guess, and then maybe a couple of hours. I'm gonna try to do that. If the video stops, I think it stops at half an hour, so we'll start another one. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that, just to show you guys if you just started in this game, and it's been out for almost a month now. So the PlayStation Plus subscription allows you to have like a few PlayStation 4 games, and I think we're coming at the end of the month, so soon in February we're gonna start new games, probably on the 7th. It's always on the first Tuesday of the month. So these games will be available till the 7th of the month. If you just started with PlayStation 4 subscription, grab it now. It's a good game. It's not the greatest, but it's a good game for what it's worth. I enjoyed it. And here they tell you a little background about the characters. You can pause the video and read that. The first, when you start, you don't have anything to work with. All you do is just scavenge the house. Just try to grab as much material as possible. So you'll have two people scavenging, trying to pick up the rubble. They're gonna need a shovel. You don't have one, you'll build it soon. And just have one character run around, pick off anything that he can without a shovel or a crowbar or a lockpick, actually. So I'll just do that. You can zoom out to see the whole what's going on. Zoom in to see a better video. On the top, there's gonna be a door that is locked. It's gonna require a lockpick or a crowbar. I have a lockpick. Don't use that. It's very important to use in places where you want to sneak. So just try to pick up all the stuff you can without using any material. And then you go to the workshop, which is down there, and this is your cooking area. We'll come back to it later. And the fridge. This is your workshop. You go ahead and go in there, and then you need to build a metal workshop. So you can build your shovel and your crowbar. I always like to keep it close to the workshop, so I do it here. Here you can put your first bed, which is great. When you come back from scavenging at night, you can sleep here right away. So I'll go ahead and build that. And you keep checking the other characters and see how they're doing with the removing the rubble. So he might finish before them. You can see on the corner of my screen, Katya's done. So we can just use her to pick this off. This one you don't need anything, you just use your hand to remove the barricade. Pebble is done, you just go send him here. You need a lockpick, don't use that. Like I said, you just keep it. And you go down here, and then there needs a lockpick. So I'm gonna go to Bruno and have him build a shovel to make things faster. Have her rubble here, and then I go back to Pebble and send him up. She picked up some extra stuff. Send him up. And then as soon as he gets the shovel done, you're gonna see the screen he changes from just handing from with your hand. Let's go back to him. He's done. Go back to Pebble, and then you see he has a shovel now. See that? Glad he has a shovel. He do that. Go back to her. Pick up some things. Go back to Bruno. Let's try to see. Yeah, we can build a crowbar. Start that. So basically, you just run around and try to scavenge all the rubbles, all the closet. Try not to use your lockpick because they are expensive, and you need to use them in the places where you want to sneak. I'll show you that once we get to scavenging at night. Alright, so he's done with the crowbar, so I'm going to go ahead and you're going to notice, see, now I have the ability to use the crowbar instead of the lockpick. And the crowbar has a health bar, so when you use it, it deteriorates and then disappears or breaks. And you cannot fix it, you just have to build another one. So here, because she's using the crowbar, I cannot use that. So here, when she's done, I can go ahead and do that. And the game always switches to the character when they're scavenging something. And here you see Pebble, he's walking around doing nothing because I switch away from him. And so what they do, if they need to sleep, they're bored, they're sad, whatever, they're hungry, they just keep roaming around. So I'm gonna send her up and try make her to do something. The game lasts about 10 minutes in the day and about 8 minutes at night, I think. So we can use a shovel on him and let's make him go. You can see he's lightly sick on the bottom. They're light sick. You can use your triggers to go back and forth between characters. And here, go back to her. Shovel. You picked up some things. Okay, and this guy's waiting. So always use a crowbar. And it should give you an idea. See the crowbar health is deteriorating, as well as the shovel. Pebble is done with everything. There's nothing much for him to do right now. We need to build a bed, at least one bed, so we can have him rest. So we can use him to build. If we had Marin, like I mentioned earlier, you can save on material. So go ahead and build a bed, put it right next underneath the door. So only this closet is left. Let her pick up, Katya pick it, and then I think we got everything. Let's find out. Yeah. Alright, so usually you need 2 beds for people to sleep and people to scavenge. Because at night they don't need the bed, so when they come back they need the bed. So you can go ahead and build 2 beds if you want. So you have the material. If you're a beginner, I would recommend to always build the radio, which we'll do right now. This will allow you to see what's happening out there in the world. You can build it anywhere you want. I'd rather put it next to the door. If we get the hatchet, which we get later, and we can break that, break any desk that is made of wood. Here I like to put 2 beds, so I'm not gonna put the radio here. And So I'll put it right here. And he's sick, we're just gonna go ahead to send him to bed. And the way to get this radio, you press a triangle, it gives you the inventory. But if you press on hold, it gives the option over the character to do stuff. So if you want to send him to get the food, you get the food, you know, to send him to bed. Right away, you let go, and he goes to bed. She's not doing anything. We can just have her, leave her alone, and she'll, you know, probably go to a chair or something. The day ends at 8 p.m. game time. So as soon as we get the radio, we're gonna try to listen to it and see the events. So the first day is coming to an end, and we're gonna see what's gonna be available for us for the first night. So here you have City Today, which is a rebel radio. No, actually the city radio, and there's a weather radio, so it tells you how things are out there. So you may need to build a heater and a furnace later on to upgrade it to furnace. Yeah, this is a rebel radio right here, or maybe it could be either or. So I'm not sure which one. I think sometimes this becomes talks about the rebel, and the other one talks about the government stuff. But back and forth they change things. So. And you can leave it on a music channel here, right there. And then you want to listen to classical music. It's on channel 400. So on MW you can see one at 500, 400, 300, 200, and at the end of the radio right here. And you see the light blinking at the end. That tells you like there's near the channel. So play around with it, and since it's like only 1 hour left game time, we're just gonna end the day by pressing circle, and you end the day and you say yes. Alright, first night. We don't have a lot of choices, so let's see. You got the abandon, and it tells you on the side, on the right hand side, it tells you what's out there. It's like, you know, you can find stuff in there. Maybe the looters left from something. You got the ruined villa. They don't want to trade. Desperate, we could try to steal from them. So there's people in there we can try to steal from them, but of course they're gonna be aggressive if we do that. Quiet house, that means that old people are living there. So I think if you go there, you're gonna steal from them, and they're gonna, if you come back at the end after a few days, they're gonna see them die because you stole their stuff. And stealing, they make the characters sad guys, so just remember that. So we're gonna go ahead and go to abandoned cottage first. Here you need to put someone on guard, so always put someone on guard, and then you can use either Pavel because he's fast for scavenging, and we're gonna put someone on guard. We're gonna put Bruno on guard and let Katya sleep, because if we get Franco, which is a trader, comes knocking on the door next day, we won't have to be fully rested. So you can say you sleep in bed, you scavenge, and you guard. On the first few nights, you're not gonna be attacked, but I'm just showing you the mechanics where, like, you know, you're gonna be doing this for a while until you start closing the breaches and put an alarm on your gate, on your door. So go ahead and prep her, or prep him, I mean. You always take your crowbar. You don't use these unless you want to go and steal from somewhere. And you take your shovel. So I'm going to show you a quick guide where you can go to a place, instead of picking up all the rubbles and picking what you want, it's better to put them in a one location, which is a closet. I'll show you that in a few minutes right now. I'll pick everything off. So every time you do rubble, you just go and scavenge it. And you can see this door is locked from the other side. We're going to go to the other side and unlock it. You can skip this for now. I'm going to show you in a minute where to store your stuff. You open this up. Okay, so that does not require anything. The fridge will have food. So what you do, this is the closet I was telling you. Every location you go to, find a safe place where you can store your stuff, because you can only carry so much. You can only carry 12. So I mean, right now I have almost like 10, there was 9. I only get 3 more, so I cannot, just pick up what I want and take it home to the shelter. What I do, I usually put them in one place, which is the closet here. Try to pick a metal closet or metal cabinet, because those you cannot break with a hatchet, which is a great place to store things. But if you cannot find those, you can also use a regular closet. Just make sure you don't break them. So what I do, I just store everything down inside. And I don't think we need the shovel for now, so we have an empty slot now. We're gonna need the crowbar for upstairs. I'll show you. And there you go. So now we start picking stuff up from every rubble you find and put it inside the closet. And then you'll have a storage place for all the rubble in every location you go to. So instead of going to every rubble and see what's inside and get what you want, you put everything in one place, and then when you come back, pick up what you want from one place. I find this better for time management, unless you don't want to spend time collecting all these and put them in one place. It's up to you, but I find this is best for me. You do whatever you like. And of course I've been playing the game a lot, so I try to find shortcuts and exploit and cheat, which we're gonna discuss in future videos. You can watch my other videos also that were specific on other scenarios. So here I'm just picking up everything. Alright, when you come back with the hatchet, this becomes available for us and we can break it down. See how he filled up? He only has 12 slots, not enough. If we had Marco, would have 15. If we had Boris, it would have been 17. But for extra slot, you'll pay the price. Boris is the slowest. So here you can see I'm just picking stuff up, and you keep an eye on the time. You have about 4-hour game time. I do just fill up everything, and when I cannot grab everything, I'll just grab one by one. In here. As you can see, guys, now I have a lot of stuff in my closet, and before I leave this area, I'll pick what I want. So we're gonna be building a lot of stuff, so we're gonna need a lot of wood, a lot of components. This is the cabinet I was telling you about, or a closet. Come back with a hatchet, you can break it, but if you leave stuff inside, you might lose them, so be careful with that. So don't break a breakable closet or container unless you remove everything out of it first. There's a chance you might lose whatever it contains. The game is buggy, but it is what it is. From time to time, it just resets on me, and I have to start the day again, unfortunately. So you'll be in the middle of an action, and then it just resets on you for no apparent reason, of course. That's how just it is. And then, it's pretty good. See what it is, an indie game. So here I think I scavenge everything in this location and I put them all in here. Right, so we're gonna pick up components. We could do, let's say what they need. So they need food, let's just grab the food. So there we go, and so we're gonna cook. We're gonna need those to, for they're injured, and also to trade to other people. If there are smokers and coffee drinkers, you're gonna need those too. You can grab these back because you don't need them in here anymore. And then you can see you have 4 components as opposed to 2 wood in 1 slot. So we can grab more components. So you have 8 components now and 4 wood. So you can grab more wood. I think I'm gonna make a stove, and I think a stove requires wood. So let's see. Now, if I didn't get what I want, I can always come back next night and do it. You just have to manage your nights. To run fast, if you run away from enemies, you just press the square and then the circle, and just run away to the nearest exit. That was a successful first night. Now we get the day log. In the day log, sometime if you get an unfavorable result, I found out if you reset by exiting the game, it comes back to the next day log, which is day 2. And if you like the result, you keep it. If not, you just press the option and exit. See, so that's a good day log. Nobody attacked us, and we had 1 guard, and everything's okay. So we'll just continue and do that. And he's hungry and sick and tired, as you can see on the bottom. So we'll just let him go to sleep. We'll use Katya or Bruno to build a stove so we can cook. As you can see, I needed more components, unfortunately, to create a stove. We just needed 2 more, unfortunately. I didn't know. I could have, looked at this workshop before I left, scavenge at night, and say, okay, before I come back, I need to grab this much and this much. Then I know what to build, what I need to build, what I need. I'm missing a bed, so let's see if we can build another bed. So this will have at least 2 people resting. And I like to keep it here, so this one I think you can build 2 beds here. Let's check. Yeah, 2 beds. So I'm maybe going to build 2 beds, so it's going to be 3 bed total if we have a 4th person join us. He's going to be tired, so we're going to send him down to go to the bed. Or also check the radio every morning. It has very useful information. Not all the time. Okay, nothing new. Nothing new. Music. And nothing new. Alright. Good. So we just let him stand by the bed. Let him go to sleep. Once Katya done with that, yeah, he can go to sleep. Okay, so now we just move around with Katya, and then the trader might show up today. Let's hope. If not, we can wait for him the next night. We finish with this area. We just need a hatchet to break a lot of those furniture down. Yeah, so we just have to wait. Unfortunately, I cannot speed the day. That's the problem in this game. A lot of people complain about it. It's 2 years old, almost 3 years old, so you cannot speed the hours on top. I would thought, like, you know, they made the L2, R2 does something, but they don't. So I cannot speed the hour or anything like that. So you just have to wait. If someone's gonna show up, they'll show up between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. If nobody showed up by 11 a.m., then we can just end the day. They usually show up from here, where she's standing right there. Yeah, so it doesn't look like anybody's gonna show up on day 2. I should know because I've played it too many times. I don't want you guys to be aware. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and end the night. End the day and come to the night. And let's see what's open. Okay, right. Supermarket. So supermarket, we're gonna find a soldier, I think. Let's see. People are scavenging supplier. We can inspect scavengers. Okay, this is not the scenario that a soldier, a drunken soldier, is trying to attack a citizen. So that's not the one. Shell School has homeless people, and the room realized the people who do not want to trade with us. So since we know what's out there, the supermarket, there are scavengers there. I believe you can try to get weapons from them. I mean, if you want your characters to be sad and get your first weapons, we can demonstrate that now. And let's see. Alright. We're gonna take Bevel. Alright. And then have him go.